Hey, what's up, and welcome to live.besttechy.net, the place where we talk tech, answer your tech questions, and everything technology related. Today, I want to talk a little bit about MobileMe. For those of you who don't know what MobileMe is a service provided by Apple. It's replacing the .Mac service, but don't you .Mac users worry. They have transferred all of your settings and whatnot over to the new MobileMe, so you can still have your @mac.com email, but they also have set up a @me.com email. But what I want to talk about is MobileMe worth it? Do they provide a service which is worth $99 a year? All right, let's look at it. What does MobileMe provide? MobileMe provides a few different things. They provide, and the most important thing that MobileMe is looking to do is synchronize all of your information through all of your devices. Apple devices mainly, but it will work on the PC as well. So you can set up Outlook with MobileMe. You can set up, Exchange and whatnot with your iPhone or your iPod Touch now. And what MobileMe will do is it'll push the data from the MobileMe servers, or from your machine to the MobileMe, or from the MobileMe to your machine, so you can synchronize everything easily. Now, I've had a few issues with things getting overwritten. But that's probably my fault in a sense, but it's also, I blame a little of the intuitiveness on Apple. It's kind of tricky to get everything set up properly, and get everything to sync correctly. At least I've had that issue, and I think a few other people have had that issue as well, getting everything to sync correctly. Making sure this syncs with this right and doesn't overwrite this, because when you have a lot of devices, it makes it very difficult to make sure everything has the same thing. That's just something I noticed. Alright, so, what else? They've improved the iDisk space. They've made it a little bit larger. Another thing is they've added the web interface, where it's very sleek, it's very fast, very Web 2.0-esque. It works. I've had a few issues with the email service, where it doesn't show up the email right away for some reason, but then it'll say, okay, you have mail. I don't know. They've also released Backup 3, which is a little bit improved. This still doesn't support drag and drop uploading and stuff. So, but you can rearrange stuff within the iDisk itself and drag things to different folders. But you can't do it through the desktop. You have to have it sync. So, other things they've done, they've removed certain features such as e-cards, slideshow, and some other things I believe that I used to web building online, things like that. They still will host, but they remove the actual building site builder. So I don't know. What is MobileMe good for anyway? I mean, what does it provide for someone who should purchase MobileMe? All right, let's think about this. I just want to know how many of you have an iPod Touch, an iPhone, or maybe either or, maybe both if you're lucky, a MacBook or a MacBook Pro, a Mac desktop, an iMac or a Mac Pro, and other people in your house have a MacBook or an iPhone or whatever. You have multiple devices. I want to know from you guys how easy it is to use MobileMe to sync this up, because in my house I'm really the only one who has these devices, and I'm really the only one who uses the MobileMe service. But I'm curious to know if you guys have set up MobileMe to sync with multiple, and by multiple I mean probably 5 or more, on your MobileMe account. Now, I know it's very easy to set up on the Windows side, because I have done that as well. MobileMe is extremely easy to set up on the Windows side. You just basically install the new firmware, you install the MobileMe stuff, and you configure it with your account, and it basically does it for you. You just go through the options. Like I said, there are issues with overwriting stuff. Is MobileMe worth it, though? I mean, that's the main question. Has anyone in the chat room tried MobileMe? I'm curious. Have any of you tried MobileMe? Any of you? I'm sure one or two of you have tried MobileMe. All right. Well, no, they haven't tried MobileMe, but they have .Mac. All right. Rob, what did you think of .Mac? Did it sync up? It didn't really do the sync up stuff, but how did you like the .Mac service? And if you do have .Mac, by the way, I did mention that they transfer over you to MobileMe unless you discontinued your account. You only used it for the space online. All right. Um, so, that's what I mainly used it for, the iDisk, the backup portion. I used backup all the time before Time Machine came out. But now the Time Machine's out, what's the point of having, the iDisk with the backup software? It makes no sense. I mean, I guess for online, you have a totally separate place, but I store my backups for Time Machine on an external drive, an external hard drive. So, I don't know. I guess it's a little more redundant in terms of security and purposes. In terms of if the servers are probably well taken care of. They're in RAID arrays and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think it's easier for me to just use Time Machine to, you maybe use Foxmarks to worry about my bookmarks in Firefox. If you're, it only really works with Safari pretty much anyway. Contacts is one thing. If you have a lot of contacts, maybe it is worth it to you. I have contacts, but for the most part, I don't, I'll have them on a machine that I use most of the time. And, worst comes to worst, I'll transfer them later to the other machine that I want. I don't know. I think MobileMe is a good idea, but I don't know if it's well executed because they had a lot of issues lately. I'm curious to know what you guys think, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be renewing my subscription unless something comes out and just says, this is what I need this is important to me. I'm not sure. I really am not. I think MobileMe has a good idea. I think they need to develop it a little bit more. I think Apple kind of jumped the gun on this. It was released. There were a lot of issues on the release. A lot of issues. I'm curious though. Oh, Rob says that technically if you sync your iPhone, a backup of your contacts is made on your machine as well. That is true. If you sync your iPhone, iTunes creates a backup of your iPhone, so you can transfer all your contacts easily anyway. From if you got a new phone, for example, a new iPhone. So it's very simple. I'm not sure MobileMe is worth it. The $99 a year, I'm not paying that. I have other things to spend $99 on. So anyway, this has been live.besttechie.net. I'm curious to know what you guys think of MobileMe. Leave some comments. And remember, stop by live.besttechie.net. And of course, if you need support, we have free support on the forums, besttechie.net/forums. And until then, we'll see you. And remember, take care of your computers.